Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi all. So let's continue on the example 9 part B. Given matrix A, which is a 3 by 3 matrix, find the values of M and N such that A squared plus MA plus NI is equals to 0, where I is the identity matrix and 0 is the zero matrix. So zero matrix means every element of the matrix is 0. Use this relation to obtain A inverse and show that A cube is equals to 39A minus 70I. Okay, so we need to substitute the matrix A squared. Okay, A squared does not mean that we square every element of A inside here. So to find A squared, you need to multiply matrix A by itself. Okay, so A squared will be equals to 311, 131, 113 multiplied by the same matrix again. 3 multiplied by 3 is 9 plus 1 plus 1, and then 3 plus 3 plus 1 and 3 plus 1 plus 3. Okay, so that will be for the first column. Second column, 3 plus 3 plus 1, 1 plus 9 plus 1, and 1 plus 3 plus 3. Okay, the next one is 3 plus 1 plus 3, 1 plus 3 plus 3, and 1 plus 1 plus 9. Okay. We get the results of A squared is 11. 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 7. So here is 7. 7, 11, 7. And 7, 7, 11. Okay, so this is the results for A squared. Okay, and then we substitute A squared plus MA plus NI. So we substitute all the matrix that we have into this equation. So 11, 7, 7, 7, 11, 7, 7, 7, 11 plus M multiplied by matrix A, 3, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, 3 plus N multiplied by the identity matrix for 3 by 3, which is equals to 0 matrix. Okay, so we can find the value of M and N by using this equation here. 7 plus M multiplied by 1 is M, plus M multiplied by 0 is 0, will be equals to 0. Okay, so use that relation. So 7 plus M is equals to 0. So that means M is equals to negative 7. So we get the value of M first. 11 plus 3M plus N will be equals to 0. Okay. So 11 plus 3M, okay, M is negative 7 plus N is equals to 0. So that means N is equals to 21 minus 11, which is equals to 10. Okay, so let me rewrite it again. A squared minus 7A plus 10I is equals to 0. So this is the relation that we obtain. Okay, now we can answer the second part, which is use the relation to find the inverse of matrix A. Still on the same question. So for this line. Okay. So how are we going to find A inverse by using this relation? Okay, so the same step, we are going to multiply this relation with A inverse because I can see there is an I here. So A squared is AA multiplied by A inverse minus 7A multiplied by A inverse plus 10I multiplied by A inverse. Okay, so since left hand side is multiplied by A inverse, that means on the right hand side should be multiplied by A inverse as well. Okay, so from here we can see that A inverse multiplied by A will be equals to I. So here is I as well. And I multiplied by A inverse will be an A inverse. And 0 multiplied by A inverse will be 0. Okay, so here it will be AI minus 7I plus 10 A inverse equals to 0. Okay, so AI is still an A minus 7I plus 10 A inverse is equals to 0. So since we want to find A inverse, so we can rearrange and put A inverse as the subject. So A inverse is equals to 7I minus A. Okay, then A inverse is equals to 7I minus A. And our A inverse is equals to 7 over 10I minus with 1 over 10 multiplied by A. Okay, that means to find A inverse, we are going to use this equation. So this will be the results for A inverse. Show that A cube is equals to 39A minus 70I. So let us start with A squared minus 7A plus 10I equals to 0. Alright, so to get A cube means we need to multiply this relation with A. So A squared multiplied by matrix A minus 7A multiplied by matrix A plus 10I multiplied by matrix A equals to 0 multiplied by matrix A. Okay, and A squared times by A will be A cube. So A cube minus 7A squared plus 10A is equals to 0. Okay, so we have not finished yet because our equation does not have A squared here. Okay, so A squared here need to be changed. Okay, so where to find the A squared? By using this relation. So A squared can also be written as 7A minus 10I. So A cube minus 7 of 7A minus 10I plus 10A equals to 0. And then simplify the equation. 49A plus 70I plus 10A is equals to 0. Now it's already the same and we can say shown.